So with that, I want to turn to our first practitioner, Ludovic Codolupi, who's the business data lead at After Eyes. And just a little background on After Eyes. It's a brand new data marketplace started by Mobivia, Europe's leading provider of aftermarket parts, repair services, and mobility services, including bike sharing services. After Eyes brings together all the players in the automotive aftermarket, including spare parts suppliers, auto manufacturers, repair shops, insurance companies, and banks who are interested in analyzing purchasing data, car repair data, customer loyalty data, and product usage data, among other things. So really supporting this ecosystem of this specific industry. So Ludo, welcome. And
thank you.
Maybe you could share with us a little bit more about After Eyes and Mobivia.
Yeah, no problem. So thanks, Wayne, also for this introduction. So After Eyes, it's a new data marketplace that we created 1 year ago. We are in Geneva. We are located in Geneva, Switzerland. And in fact, at this stage, we have only 2 persons in After Eyes, but maybe in the future, it depends on their growth, will be more and more people inside. And then we are now over 30 companies registered into our data marketplace. But let's say that After Eyes, as you also explained, it's a data marketplace specialized in the automotive and mobility aftermarket and belong to Mobivia Group. And I don't want to go in details because you have the figures in front of you, but we are the first independent retailer in Europe. And we have many brands that is well known in Europe, maybe not well known in US, but we say that we are over 50 million of customers. So we can imagine that we have a lot of data to share or to valorize, let's say.
Yep, great. Well, so maybe you could explain a little bit more about how you started After Eyes and what it consists of.
In fact, let's say that we have long believed that selling our data can be a key success factors for our business in the future. But to do so, we need to think a little bit and to explain when and how we build After Eyes. First, we identify a partner that is direct, and we done with them a data exchange advisory. This step is very important to understand the data product, to understand the market, and to understand also the potential of your data. To create at the end a business plan to be sure that when we present to the top management, they'll be ready to say, okay, it's interesting to go in this way and go to the data marketplace. But then when we start this new activity, let's say that we have only one seller, it's Mobivia. So if we come back to your framework, Wayne, because we saw it in some slides ago, we said that there is a draft, and then we can, on the beginning, the strategy will be first one seller, many buyer, okay? Because we have only the Mobivia data that to put on this marketplace. But then, thanks to Directs, we also learn that we can be an orchestrator of a business, of a data marketplace. And then with the strategy evolve in an external data marketplace, many to many, because we will invite other organizations to distribute their data on After Eyes. This organization can be on the same core business than Mobivia, same territories or not. The only link between all these organizations is to keep the automotive aftermarket business, to be in this business for sure, because we don't want that people come from, I don't know, other industry or other sectors come to After Eyes. At the end, the only point is to be on this industry of automotive. Let's say also that the solution, our solution, is a 360-degree solution. We have several phases, several also Just to explain to you that also on your slide, you said that there is different possibility to enter into a data marketplace. We decide to have an onboarding process. So not all people can register as soon as you have the link to the data marketplace, but we select the people who go in. We have an onboarding, very clear onboarding process on that. And then we have also some other solution inside licensing, subscription, payment solution, and so on.
Great. So what has been the main value that you expect to get from, as After Eyes or Mobivia, and some of the benefits that the customers will receive?
Just also the value for Mobivia is to create a new line of revenue. So we create also a new line, a new pillar in the data. We have in the past the data for business. And you explained also during the presentation that in 19s or 20s, we use the data to understand better the customer, to understand better the market and so on. So we collect data and so on. But then there is a second pillar of this data for business, the data as a business. And we create this pillar for sure to reinforce Mobivia on their market, to reinforce Mobivia in terms of revenue, and also to create a leader on the data exchange in automotive industry. That's the first reason. Let's say that the value also for After Eyes, for the company that they come in After Eyes. In fact, we have several company. First company can be data buyer. On the data buyer, it's mostly B2B companies coming from industry. Can be also insurance, bank, hedge fund. Different company that they want to improve their business by acquire some data. Then we have also another type of company registered on After Eyes is the data provider as Mobivia. And for them, we give to them an access to a data marketplace with many companies allowing data provider to boost their business. They have an immediate access to several players within an ecosystem that is already set up. So it's very important that we have these two lines in terms of value and benefit to come in After Eyes.
Terrific. So any unique features of the platform you want to talk about?
I already said a lot of things on the solution. We have the 360 degrees approach. It's easy to use. The solution is very easy to use in a complex market because at the end, data is very complex. Then it's also compliance with data regulations such as GDPR, Data Governance Acts. That's everything that it's in Europe, maybe mainly in Europe, that maybe in US, because I don't know the regulation in US, but it's compliance with all this regulation. And maybe the last point for me, is just to speak about the future, maybe a little bit, Wayne, because in the future, let's say that to be full transparency with you, create value after 1 year for Mobivia. So it's a success. We are in benefit. So good for us, let's say. But then we want to be the leader in Europe. And maybe, let's say the sky is the limit. Maybe tomorrow, I don't know, some people come from US, come from Australia, come from, I don't know where, decide to come in After Eyes and maybe to create a unique data marketplace on the world. Let's dream a little bit, But then maybe can it take some time? Let's say that in 5 years, I'm very glad to be and proud to be the leader in Europe. And
well, what's interesting is when you establish a marketplace, you don't know where the ecosystem will take it, right? So it's very exciting. There's all kinds of innovative solutions.
Exactly.
A lot of innovation that will happen on top of the marketplace and outside of it using the data from it.
And at the end, the last word for me, if it's going to continue to grow as it's we have the proof that it works. We would like to also to create a business unit separate than Mobivia to operate the data marketplaces. because right now we
Okay.
belong to Mobilia, but maybe tomorrow, we don't know. Let's dream a little bit.
So they'll spin it off and make you CEO. I like it. Ludo, thank you so much for your insights and sharing about After Eyes. Very exciting.
Thanks to you. Thanks to you.